A company that makes smartphones and air fryers just built a car that lapped the Nurburgring faster than a Porsche. And the secret behind it is a metal that did not exist 3 years ago. China did not just build a faster car. It reinvented the way cars are made at a fundamental level. And by the time this video is over, you are going to understand exactly how they pulled it off and why every major automaker on the planet is quietly panicking right now. Let us start with a question most people never actually think about. How is a car built? Not in a marketing sense, not in a here are the features sense. Actually built. The honest answer is that the process has barely changed since the 1950s. You take flat sheets of metal, stamp them into shapes using giant presses, and then weld hundreds of those pieces together one by one. Think of it like assembling a flat-pack wardrobe, except the wardrobe weighs 2 tons and needs to survive a head-on collision at motorway speed. Every joint is a weak point. Every weld is a place where noise can creep in, where things can eventually go wrong, where weight adds up. Engineers have spent decades trying to shave a few grams here and there, but the core idea has stayed exactly the same for generations. Then electric vehicles came along and made the whole thing significantly worse. An EV needs a massive battery pack, and the floor underneath the cabin is the only logical place to put it. But bolting a giant battery box under the floor, like a suitcase, means dead weight. More weight demands a stronger and heavier chassis just to hold everything together. A stronger chassis needs more battery to move it. More battery adds more weight. It is a spiral. And every major manufacturer in the world has been stuck inside it. Tesla found a clever way to attack part of that problem. Instead of stamping and welding dozens of individual parts together, they began pouring molten aluminium into giant molds to create huge, single-piece sections of the car at once. They called it gigacasting. Instead of 60 separate parts welded together, you get one piece straight from the mold. Fewer joins, less weight, faster production. It was genuinely brilliant thinking. But wait, let me tell you about the problem hiding inside that metal. Because this is where the story gets really interesting. When you pour molten aluminium into a mold and let it cool, the part looks solid from the outside. But at a microscopic level, the tiny crystal structures inside are all jumbled and pointing in random directions. Under real stress, those parts can crack or deform in ways you would never see coming. The fix is called heat treatment. You put the cast part into a massive industrial oven, bake it at extremely high temperatures for several hours, and those crystal structures line up and transform the part from brittle to genuinely strong. Sounds simple enough, right? Here is where it gets brutal. When you heat a huge, complex piece of metal to those temperatures, it does not just get stronger, it also moves, it warps, it twists in ways that are tiny but absolutely critical when you are building a car where every millimeter of precision matters. Doors stop closing properly. Suspension points go out of alignment. The whole thing becomes a manufacturing nightmare. So for years, manufacturers were stuck choosing between 2 bad options. Skip the heat treatment and get a part that holds its shape but is not strong enough for real-world use. Or do the heat treatment and get a part that is strong but slightly distorted. Every major automaker tried to solve this. None of them did. Most eventually accepted the compromise, built their processes around it, and quietly moved on. The industry treated it as an unsolvable problem. Xiaomi looked at that situation and refused to accept it. Now here is where it gets seriously wild. Xiaomi's engineers went through every aluminium alloy available on the market. Not one of them could hit every target. At the same time, strong, flexible, dimensionally stable, and heat treatment free. The perfect alloy simply did not exist. So instead of picking the least bad option from the shelf, they decided to invent the option they actually needed. And the way they did it is one of the most remarkable parts of this entire story. Xiaomi built an AI system they named Material Genome. Think of it as a scientist that never sleeps, never gets tired, and can run millions of experiments simultaneously inside a computer simulation. In collaboration with China's National Key Materials Laboratory, they fed it everything known about metals and alloys, then gave it one specific mission: find a formula for an alloy that is strong, flexible, precise, and requires absolutely zero heat treatment after casting. The AI evaluated over 10.16 million different alloy combinations. Let that number actually land for a second. If a human chemist tested one new formula every single day without a single day off, it would take over 27,000 years to work through that many combinations. The AI did it in a fraction of the time, testing mixtures of aluminium, silicon, magnesium, and rare earth elements across billions of virtual scenarios to find the one combination that hit every single target simultaneously. The result is called Xiaomi Titan's metal. It is a fully patented alloy that belongs exclusively to Xiaomi. When it cools down after being cast in a mold, it comes out already strong, already at the exact right dimensions, and ready for assembly immediately. No oven, no warping, no compromise. The parts fit together more precisely. The tolerances are tighter. The whole manufacturing process benefits from one single innovation at the material level. If you are enjoying this breakdown so far, hit that like button and subscribe right now. There is a lot more of this kind of story coming. Now a revolutionary new metal is only half of the equation. You still need a machine capable of actually using it, and wait until you hear what Xiaomi built for that job. Tesla's Gigapress runs at 9,000 tons of clamping force. When it was first revealed, automotive journalists called it the engineering limit of what could reasonably be built. Xiaomi built a 9,100-ton version and called it the hypercasting machine. And the numbers around this thing barely sound real. The hypercasting machine covers the area of 2 basketball courts placed side by side. It weighs over 1,000 tons by itself. It heats Titan's metal to 700 degrees Celsius and then fires it into a precision mold at a speed so fast that air bubbles have no time to form inside the metal as it fills the cavity. That last detail matters more than it sounds. Air bubbles trapped inside cast metal are like invisible cracks. From the outside, the part looks perfect. But under the forces a performance car generates, those hidden voids become the starting points for fractures. By using injection speeds that prevent bubbles from forming, Xiaomi gets parts with the kind of internal density you normally only see in aerospace components. Here is what this actually produces on the factory floor. The rear floor section of a car is one of the most structurally important parts of the whole vehicle. In a standard production car, that section is made from 72 separate stamped parts, held together by 840 individual weld points. Each part has to be manufactured separately, transported, stored, picked up, aligned, clamped, and welded one by one. The complete process takes hours and requires multiple workers and machines. Xiaomi's hypercasting machine produces that exact same section as a single piece in 100 seconds. 72 parts become 1. 840 welds become 0. Hours of work become 100 seconds. The resulting section is 17% lighter than the traditional multi-part version and produces measurably less road noise because there are no tiny gaps or imperfect joins vibrating against each other at motorway speed. Every single casting then gets scanned by X-ray imaging and laser sensors before it ever leaves the press. If the AI quality system detects any flaw, the part is automatically rejected before a human being lays eyes on it. A new chassis section rolls off this machine every 90 seconds. But here is the part that genuinely surprised everyone: the battery. In almost every electric vehicle on the road today, the battery is a giant, expensive box bolted under the floor. It stores electricity, and that is it. It does not help hold the car together. It adds no structural stiffness. It is just weight that happens to power the motors. Xiaomi asked a question that sounds almost too simple. What if the battery was not a passenger in the car? What if it was actually the skeleton? This is the thinking behind their CTB technology, which stands for cell to body. Instead of a separate battery box attached to the frame, the battery cells are built directly into the chassis structure. The top surface of the battery pack doubles as the actual floor of the cabin. The cells below are not only storing energy, they are actively holding the car together. Then Xiaomi made one more design decision that looks backwards at first, but turns out to be a stroke of pure engineering logic. They flipped the battery cells upside down. Let me tell you why that matters. Every battery cell has a small pressure relief valve, a safety mechanism designed to let hot gas escape safely if the cell overheats. In a conventional battery pack, those valves face upward toward the cabin. To protect passengers from them, engineers have to build thick layers of protective material between the battery and the cabin floor. Necessary but heavy, and it adds unwanted height to the whole assembly. When Xiaomi flipped the cells, the valves now point downward toward the road surface. The protection is still there, handled by the car's floor rather than layers packed inside the battery. Those thick internal protective layers are no longer needed. The total thickness of the battery and floor system combined drops to just 120 millimeters. That is roughly as thick as a hardback book. The results from that one decision ripple through the entire car. The vehicle sits lower to the ground, which lowers the center of gravity and makes it corner flatter and grip harder. And because the battery cells are part of the structural load path of the chassis, the whole car becomes extraordinarily rigid. Torsional stiffness on the SU7 Ultra reaches 51,000 Newton-meters per degree. To give that number context, a Ford F-150 Raptor, one of the toughest trucks on the road, sits at around 25,000. This four-door sedan, made by a phone company, is twice as stiff as a trophy truck. It is also stiffer than a Bugatti Chiron. And here is where the results of all of this engineering actually show up in the real world, because you cannot fake the Nurburgring. The Xiaomi SU7 Ultra, built using Titan's metal, the hypercasting machine, and that battery as backbone. Architecture produced 1,548 horsepower from 3 electric motors. It lapped the full 12.9-mile Nordschleife in 6 minutes and 46.8 seconds in prototype form. The Porsche Taycan Turbo GT, a car that costs 3 times as much and comes from a manufacturer with decades of performance pedigree, posted 7 minutes and 7.55 seconds. The production SU7 Ultra then went back and ran a verified 7 minutes and 4.9 seconds, beating the Rimac Nevera's production record and the Porsche's time in a car that sells for a fraction of the price of either. The CEO of Ford, Jim Farley, personally drove an SU7 and publicly admitted he could not give it up. This is not a one-off stunt from a company trying to make a point. This is the product of a fully integrated system where the material, the machine, the chassis, design, and the energy storage were all engineered together from the beginning. Every piece was designed to support every other piece. No compromises inherited from a century of doing things the old way. That is what makes this bigger than just one impressive car from one impressive company. Xiaomi proved that starting from a completely clean sheet, with no assumptions about how things have always been done, is sometimes the most powerful engineering strategy available. Using AI to design a brand new alloy instead of tweaking existing ones rewrites the starting point entirely. Building a casting machine that replaces 72 parts with one rewrites the manufacturing process entirely. Making the battery carry structural load rewrites what a car even is at a fundamental level. The traditional automotive world spent decades building its advantages around perfecting internal combustion engines. When the architecture of a car changes this dramatically, those advantages do not automatically transfer. New players walk in with no legacy costs, no old model lines to protect, and no reason whatsoever to keep doing things the way they have always been done. Western manufacturers are now staring at an industry where a smartphone company out of Beijing is setting lap records, redesigning materials from scratch using artificial intelligence, and cutting production times by 45% in a factory that produces a car every 76 seconds. The era of assembling cars from hundreds of stamped steel pieces held together by thousands of welds, with the battery strapped underneath as an afterthought, is not ending slowly. It is ending fast. And the company that started the countdown makes phones. If this breakdown changed the way you see what China is building right now, hit that like button and subscribe because the stories coming next are even bigger. Tap the notification bell so you never miss one.